Hi guys, it's Elisa, or the Diamond Stitcher, as I go by on social media. Hello, good morning, or good afternoon, whatever time of day it is for you. I hope you're having a wonderful one. If you're new to my channel, first off, welcome. I'm happy you found me. I hope you would consider subscribing and stick around for all things diamond painting. And if you are returning, thank you so much for your continued support. It is Green Thursday, and that means I have a Jaded Gem Shop roundup. All of the paintings that will be talked about in this video are up on their website for sale today, January 2nd. Without further ado, let's see what Jade has for us this week. Here we are on the Jaded Gem Shop website, so it's jadedgemshop.com, and here's the website. I have already clicked on the hybrid render kit, so she has these categories up here. She does have a category for hand rendered and hybrid rendered. Hybrid rendered, as she says here, is a softer and more confetti heavy rendering. It gives amazing depth and detail. So hybrid meaning that the pattern is filtered through a computer program, spits out a pattern, and then she will go in and do hand touch-ups to make the image a little bit better. But yes, generally speaking, it will be more of a confetti heavy image, whereas hand rendered, which we'll look at after this, are completely 100% hand charted. Everything is touched up by hand. It gives a little bit more color blocking versus confetti. Usually there is still a good mix, but yeah, it is a different kind of rendering, and we'll see that when we look at that category and compare the two. Neither is better than the other. It's just about preference. But let's go and take a look at the new releases. Let's just start up here. Here we have Cozy Cabin Witch by Something Deviant. Here is the picture here. This is one of the renderings. As you can see at Jaded Gem Shop, you can choose the size and the drill shape that you would like, and then she also has this list here where you can add on things like AB diamonds, glimmer diamonds, which are essentially fairy dust, glow, crystals, metallic, and then there's some other things you can add on there. But let's see if this, yeah, it should work. So usually in Jade's listings, when you click on the size, and the rendering that's attached to it should pop up. Yeah, it does this time, so that's really good. That's what I like about Jaded Gem Shop. She has all of the renderings on her website, and then you can filter through the size to see which one you like the best. Now, this image has a lot of detail. Now, does she have, usually she has, yeah, the original artwork. It's probably going to blow up huge, but here is that original artwork there. Absolutely beautiful. Lots of detail in this one. She is gorgeous. Oh, we got a cute little kitty at the bottom with some pumpkins as well. Now let's go back so we can pull up, the renderings. So 80 by 100 is the biggest size here, and this is what the rendering will look like. Now, Jade did mention that when you look at these renderings, they're still not 100%. Once you order it, she does go in and do some more touch-ups. So what you're seeing here might not be the final result. It might be a little bit better. So that is really cool. As you can see down here, she does mention it as well. The final render will be much cleaner and color corrected to match the image more. So just keep that in mind when you are looking at it. Here is the 80 by 100. So in an image such as this, going bigger is always better. You will get all of that detail in the leaves and the stones and in the face as well. You can really see her face, and we'll see when we go smaller that it gets a little bit muddied. Here is 70 by 90. So this is her recommended size. So she always has a recommended size. That way, if you're not sure which one you will get, she kind of has one in the middle. So not too small, not too big. You will enjoy the final product if you choose the recommended size. That being said, if you go bigger, bigger is always better, right? And then smaller, she never puts a size on her website that is going to look horrible when finished. So even if we click the 60 by 75, once it is a finished diamond painting, it will still look good. She will not sell you something that doesn't look good. And remember, this is not the final render. She is going to go in here and clean this up a little bit. I would imagine she'd clean the face up a little bit, maybe some of the hair. But you can see the smaller you get, the more pixelated it becomes, because there is so much detail in this one and so many color changes as well. When we go back to the 80 by 100, you can see that her face is a little bit more defined, especially in her eyes there. And then, as I said, you can add on special diamonds if you wish. So this is the first one, again, Cozy Cabin Witch. Let's take a look at the next one, which is Love Spell by Dole Atoll. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Here's that original artwork up there. Now, this is a cool one to see, because something else Jade offers is you can buy the full image, or you can also buy a crop that we will see here. So if you don't want the full image, this would be the full image here. You can You can choose the crop, and here is her crop down here. So usually she crops to the kind of central point of the image. Personally, between the two, I would probably go with the crop. I actually like how she's done that one, and it centers right on the characters there. Okay, so if we have the full image, now will this one? Yes, it should. This one is attached. So 110 by 60, here is the rendering of that one. Again, lots of detail, right? These hybrid rendered kits do have a lot of confetti. It is mostly computer charted, and then as I said, she goes in and hand touch up after. So yeah, it does look pixelated when you are looking at the, I guess, draft rendering that you can see here. Here is the full image, 50 by 90, which is her recommended size. So if you get this size, you will be happy with the finished result. Now let's look at the crop. Here we go. So 80 by 95 is the biggest in the crop style. Here we can take a look. I really like the crop. When I've purchased from Jade before and she has the option for crops of images, it's usually what I go for because I just like the kind of main characters like this one of the artwork myself. Let's look at the 70 by 85, so a little bit smaller. Here we have the 60 by 70 is the recommended size. You can see a little bit more pixelation in her face in that, but do remember, this is not the final render, and Jade is going to go in and clean it up a little bit. You often see shops clean up skin tone, especially because you want that to turn out really pretty in the final result. And then here is the 50 by 55. So if you go between the two, there's not much difference between them. So if you do want to go with like the smaller size, I think you would still be happy as well. And then again, you can choose the drill shape. It won't show you any different on the rendering here, but you can choose the shape. It just depends on what you like as well. Next up, we've got this one, Beauty and Her Bear by Shutterstock. So Shutterstock is like a licensed image catalog, I guess you say, artwork that you can purchase individual licenses for. So here we have the artwork here. As you can see, it's very pixelated, lots of different color changes in a small area. This one is the 80 by 90 size. And then we have 70 by 80 there. Actually, you know what? That's interesting. That doesn't make sense. Because usually when you click the smaller one, it will be more pixelated. This one looks even more clear. So I wonder if that is maybe the 80 by 90 and then this one is a different size. Yeah, that is interesting. But nonetheless, here is a 60 by 70, which is another recommended size. So she has two recommended sizes here. So if you're not quite sure, you can go on the bigger size just to get little tiny bit crisper image. This one is such a pretty image. Lots of confetti in this one for sure. And then she does have a 50. What is this one? Why is it not going up? 50 by 60 here. Still looks good. She also has a crop for this one, so let's see her crop. So it just takes out some of the sides of this image. There we go. 60 by 75. 50 by 60. Again, she will go in and touch up some of this. Like, I don't like the reds in her skin tone. I don't think those need to be there. So that's something that we would probably call unnecessary confetti. And I'm sure when Jade goes and touches it up, that's one area that she will clean up a little bit. And there's a 40 by 50. So you can really see, I personally, if I'm going to purchase an image, I will choose her recommended sizes because I trust that those look really good. I think they do myself. The smallest size, I'm hesitant to get. Now, that being said, I do have a Jaded Gem Shop actually that is in the smallest size. So I will be working on that sometime in the future. And we can see how that turns out. And then maybe I will change my tune. But usually when I'm buying from Jade, I go for her recommended size. Here we have Woodland Spirit by Inasaki. This one is a full image, so there is no crop on this one. Here is the 80 by 90 rendering. Absolutely beautiful. Lots of pretty colors in this one. 70 by 80, a little bit more pixelated, not much at all. 60 by 70, tiny bit more. You can see the image is a bit smaller. You have more colors in here, like confetti-like. I would like to see the face touched up a little bit. personally, just to make the skin tones blend a little bit better. Here is a 50 by 60, and she even has a 40 by 45. And that one doesn't look too bad, honestly, because again, she is going to go up and hand touch up things. So the other thing to note with hybrid renderings is you don't have those clean, crisp black lines. You have lots of softer, like I don't see any 310 in this painting, to be honest. Lots you can see in the flowers, like soft outlines. You're not seeing, brown or black as an outline around it. So very soft. And when you finish the diamond paintings, these ones look really good when you stand back. You can really see the image come together. All of the confetti kind of, what's the description I'm looking for? It all just works out really well. This one, I love the colors in this one. This one is Mystic by Harmony Gong. This one is an 80 by 110 here. This is beautiful. I love all of the colors in this one. She is beautiful with her beautiful big dress here, and I love the flowers and kind of grasses down here. 70 by 100 is her recommended size. She also recommends 80 by 60. And if you go between the two, there is really not much difference. So I would probably get the 85 by 60. Again, she will touch up some of the face and some of the other areas. I think she'd probably touch up the hands a little bit too, so they don't look so muddled there. And then her 50 by 70, again, it will look good. It's just a tiny bit more pixelated, but again, with hand touch up in there, I think it will turn out beautiful. Here we have Opium Poppy by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. That rendering looks really good. So that's an 80 by 100. I really like all of that. This looks really, really good. 70 by 90, not much difference in that. So we'll kind of go down. I would pick this one. Now let's see, 60 by 75 still looks great. I would probably choose that size. Let's see this one. This one looks nearly identical. Yeah, there's not much difference at all. So see, I honestly always recommend her recommended size. It's going to look good as a finished diamond painting. And even if we click this one, a little bit more pixelated, little bit more confetti, as you can see there, but otherwise it's going to turn out just as nice. But yeah, I would probably go with this one, 50 by 65, which is a decent size as well. And then as far as drill shape, it is just up to you. For very detailed images, I tend to want to go for square. For less detailed images like this one, would probably look really good in a round too. So if you do like round diamonds, I would recommend that. All of Jade's diamonds are resin, whether you get round or square, and they will all be really great quality. This one is Stages of Grief by Hashuna. This is the 80 by 100 rendering there. That's a brilliant image. That's very, very pretty. We've got 70 by 90. We've got 60 by 75 recommended size. This one's not much different. You can see a little bit more pixelation in the... Well, the background is about the same, but in her face, you can see a little bit more color changes, a little bit more confetti, and then 45 by 50, you just get a bit more pixelated, but it doesn't look terrible, especially when she hand touches up this. I almost would probably get this one in the smallest size, to be honest. I think you wouldn't go wrong. Like, it wouldn't turn out bad. Like I said, she only puts sizes on her website that are going to look good. So for an image such as this, where there's less detail, I would probably venture to get the smallest size. This one is probably my favorite of this week. I really like this one. It's called Frame Me by Holly Jackie Art. I really like this image. This is absolutely beautiful. I love how she's kind of coming out of the picture frame there. She's holding a little butterfly. I like the colors. She's got her pink heels on, pink dress, little horns. I think this image is so cool. This is an 80 by 120, so it's going to be humongous. Here we have the 70 by 105, looks just as good. 60 by 90, again, a little bit more pixelated, but with the hand touch-ups and that, it's going to turn out just as beautifully. When I look on the computer screen, like right now I have the computer close to my face. When I hold the computer back, you can really see those colors blend together, so it looks less pixelated the farther back you stand, and that is just like how you are supposed to admire diamond paintings. You're not supposed to admire them close up. You're supposed to stand back a few feet to admire them, and it all comes together. The colors blend together nicely too. Here we have 50 by 75. That one doesn't look terrible, especially if she does some hand touch-ups in there. I think I would probably go with, would I go with that size? Yeah, knowing me. Well, actually, for this one, I think 60 by 90 would be great, but I personally would probably go for the 50 by 75 just because I like smaller size diamond paintings. I think it would turn out beautiful still. I think this one is going to be popular. This one is titled Midnights Are My Afternoon by Luma Chai. This one I think is going to be a popular one. She looks like somebody very famous. Here is that original artwork there. I was trying to see what she is holding. I can't quite make it out what she is holding. I'm not quite certain. Here we go. Here is the original artwork nonetheless. 80 by 80 is here. 70 by 70, not much different. 60 by 60, a little bit more pixelation you can see in her skin tone there. 50 by 50 is her recommended size. Again, she will go in and touch up some of this stuff. Like, I'd like to see the finger touched up a little bit. I think this kind of looks a bit odd here with the contrast between the colors there. Her face still looks pretty good, but yeah, touching up some of the colors to make them blend a little bit nicer. And there is that 40 by 40. This one you could get away with a round as well. As a square, it's just a matter of preference. The last one of the hybrid rendered kits this week is You Are My Home by Eva Rose Art. This one is a beautiful image as well. Here's actually the original artwork up there. She is beautiful with her long red hair. Gorgeous image. We don't see a lot of men in diamond painting form, so that is nice to see. Let's see, 70 by 105, is the rendering going to pop up? No, the renderings are not going to pop up, so let's just go through them here. So this is probably the smallest size here. You can see her face does not look very good. So this one, I honestly would probably not go for the smallest one. That's just my opinion. Now, I know she's going to touch it up and make it a little bit better, but I don't like all of these color changes in kind of the outside either. I just don't enjoy that kind of look. Here is the next one, a little bit more clear, even more clear here. This one is a very good example of what computer charting is. This one looks even better. As you can see, her skin tone is evening out quite a bit there. And that is the largest size. So that would have been, what was it, 120 by 80. The smallest size was 40 by 60. The next size was 50 by 75. So this one here is the 50 by 75. That's her recommended size. I personally would like to see what it looks like once she's touched it up a little bit. I would like to see just how it comes together at that size with the touch-ups. But I think this artwork is gorgeous. And yeah, when you stand back and take a look at here are the two biggest sizes. When you're looking more of it at a distance, you see how it all comes together really nicely. When you're looking at it like nose to screen or nose to picture, you're going to see all of the pixels and all of the confetti. But as you stand back, the colors all blend really nicely together and creates a beautiful image. Now, let's switch over to the hand-rendered kits. I believe we have 4 new ones, if I'm not mistaken. Let's start with the first one here. I am somebody who loves her hand-rendered kits. She calls them pixel charted. Same thing. The phrases hand charted, pixel charted are interchangeable at Jaded Gem Shop. And I personally love these ones. This is my jam. I prefer these ones. I just love the intentional charting of hand charting. I like that there's less unnecessary confetti. And I just like, I think it looks beautiful. And that's just my opinion. As I said earlier, there is no, the hybrid versus pixel. One is not better than the other. It just comes down to preference of the diamond painter. I love this one. This one is titled Autumn Court Witch by Mystique Arts. Beautiful colors, beautiful witch. You can see all of that intentional charting in her face, those skin tones, even in her hair. You can see the colors are all line blocking. You're not having millions of little pieces of confetti. You can see her skin tone here is all one color. Well, it's a few colors, but you know what I mean. Her dress is beautiful. I love the colors in this one. So with the hybrid or pixel chart, with the hand or pixel chart kits, you don't get as many customizable options because, every time you hand render an image, it costs probably, I can't remember how much. I know when I've looked into it before, it was like $200 to hand render an image. So it is expensive. So you can't go and hand render a million different sizes. So usually she'll pick that recommended size, the best size that will make the artwork look really good. So in this one, for square diamonds, we have it in a 60 by 45, and it's going to have 46 colors with 2 crystals and 2 glimmer drills. Again, glimmer is Jade's fairy dust type diamond, so that is going to look absolutely beautiful. And then the round drill down here. Now, I did make note of this in the last video, so as you can see, here's the square rendering. When we click the round rendering, the colors look different. That is not that is just a computer thing. It's not going to look different. So if you choose square and round, it's going to look like this. It's going to look absolutely the same. This is just a computer thing that it makes it look a little bit different in colors. So just note that. Again, it's going to have the same amount of colors, 46 with 2 crystals and 2 glimmer drills as well. So as you can see, the rendering on either shape looks really, really good. It's just a matter of which shape you like. This image is really pretty. I love the colors in this one, especially when we look at the first image here. The purples, the pinks, the magentas, the reds is absolutely beautiful. Oh, I forgot to show you in the other one, but I'll show you in this one. Actually, let's go back. So you can click this part here. Just let it load. This is where all the special diamonds are going to be. So where you see the red is going to have a special diamond. Now we don't know where the crystal versus glimmer drills are, but you can take a look and kind of see the rough draft and see where she has charted those special diamonds if that interests you. Same with this one, as you can see when we click there. This one is titled The Reader's Path. Here is that artwork. Here's the rendering, 50 by 70 in square, 40 colors with 4 glimmer drills and 2 crystals. That's really, really cool. The path, of course, is all books. That's really, really neat. And you can see the intentional hand charting, all of the greens. You've got a lot more line blocking, not necessarily color blocking, but a lot more multi-placing ability compared to the hybrid rendered where you've got a lot more confetti. In the round one, it's going to be a little bit bigger, 56 by 78. And again, that accounts for the different in size. Squares are 2.5. Rounds are 2.8. So if you want the final product to look identical in both drill shapes, your round one is going to be a little bit bigger. Same amount of colors and special diamonds though. Very, very pretty. Now, I don't know if I said the artist here is Jeremiah Morelli. I don't think I said the artist. I'm sorry. Very, very cool. And again, the difference in hue, like this one has like a kind of gray wash. This one is normal. This is what it's going to look like when finished. This is just the computer doing something funny. These ones are really cool. She has quite a few of these kind of, they're like cross-stitch patterns, but turned into diamond paintings. Spooky Forest by Flossie Fox Shop. This one will be in a 30 by 32 if you get the square one. 25 colors with 5 glimmer dust. I think the glimmer dust in this one are going to be really, really pretty. Lots of detail in this one. It's nice to see, even though with all of this detail, she was able to chart it really nicely and keep the size small. So that is really cool. These would be fun to work up in between big kits, and you're not going to get bored. There's lots of color changes, lots of little elements and details in this one. Even these cute little ducks are so adorable. The round one is going to be a little bit bigger at 33 by 35. Same amount of colors though. And then if you want to see this one's special diamonds, going to be chocked full of it. You can see all over the house and through the entire image here is full of special diamonds. So this one is going to sparkle really nicely with those glimmer dust. Last one to look at this week is Lunar New Year, and this is by the Jaded Gem Shop Collective. This one is really cool. Lots of different details. I'm just taking it all in and looking at all of the different things. This one is really cool. Square drill will be 40 by 65, 22 colors with 5 glimmer dust rounds, bit bigger at 45 by 73. Same amount of colors and glimmer dust, and you can see here with the special diamond charting, it's everywhere. They have those glimmer dust absolutely everywhere, so that is going to sparkle really pretty. I like the green background too. I think that's really nice. So all of these images that I spoke about today are already up on the website this morning for purchase. Every Thursday is when Jade does her releases, and she usually has some pixel charted and some hybrid charted kits for you to choose from. I did notice on her main page here, she does have a discount code up at the top, Jingle Drills, for 15% off all of her products. She also has some ready to ship kits. So these kits are already at her address in the USA, and it says here a label will be made in 1 to 2 business days and they will ship in 3 to 7 days. So she already has these ones there if you would like to purchase them, and they will be in a specific size. Actually, she has 2 sizes for this one. This one is really beautiful, and this is one of her hand charted kits as well, so you can choose the size there, but usually there is a specific size. She does have some hybrid charted as well as some pixel charted ready to go. So if you would like any of these ones, I'd check here first, and then you don't have to wait. I don't know. Usually the wait, I think, is like up to 12 weeks for a lot of small shops when you are ordering, because you're basically ordering pre-orders, right? You put your order in, and then she puts the order to the supplier, so it takes a few weeks for them to be made and for them to ship. I can't quite remember what she quoted. I think she might have said 8 weeks right now. But I know in the past it's been up to 12 weeks, kind of give or take. It is holiday season, and I know shipping couriers are probably still backlogged with all of the strike that went on this holiday season. Let me know what images this week caught your eye. Is anything going in your shopping cart or on your wish list? I love Jade Shop. I love her artwork. She's got a very unique style. She started with her hybrid charted kits and became very popular. She's recently added her hand rendered kits, which I personally absolutely love. Those are my favorites, and I'm glad that she has both options for both customers. If you made it to the end of this video, how about leave me a fish emoji? I'm looking at my beautiful fish tank. We just added 3 new fish. So leave me some type of fish emoji if you made it to the end of this video. If you're new here and you haven't yet subscribed, I would absolutely love to have you. It's completely free. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button. You can also hit the notification bell, which will notify you every time I post a new video. I hope everybody had a great holiday and a happy new year as well. I can't believe it is already 2025. With all of that being said, have an awesome one, and I will talk to you next week. Bye!